Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I'm almost out of coffee. It's about time for round two. I'm going to start you out this morning with something from Brian Melancholy XRP at Mike Honcho _11. And he sent me, this is pretty big news right here, is that Disney is in talks to acquire Bitcoin and crypto exchange owner NXC. And what's significant about this is that NXC owns Bitstamp, which is based in Luxembourg, as well as Corbit, based in South Korea. And so if Disney did buy this NXC, then Disney would in essence own two digital asset exchanges, Bitstamp to me being one of the better ones out there. And so they said that according to a report by the Korea Herald, Jung Ju met with representatives at Disney, offering to sell his stake in NXC to entertainment giant. He's a billionaire and NXC chairman. He's selling 98.64% stake that he and his wife hold in NXC. Now, I can't tell from reading this if it's happening or if they talk to them, but so this could just be a sensationalized thing. I can't tell from reading this if it's an actual thing that's happening or if they're just talking or just had one meeting. But it's still interesting because I believe it's just a matter of time before some of these huge companies like Disney are getting in the game. I think there's probably a reason that they gave him that meeting. Okay, next, I thought this was a pretty good summary. XRP Veteran summarized a lot of the big things that are happening with XRP, and he says 2020, the year of mass adoption XRP. You'll have the Cobalt release, ILP implementation, domino effect, XRapid Live, apps, applications, XRP B2B and B2C, Coil hitting mainstream by big influencers, RippleNet hitting 1,000 plus banks, IMF, World Bank biggest supporters, XRP not a security, #1 coin market cap. Wouldn't surprise me a bit if he's right on this. Okay, next, this is big too. XRP Crypto Wolf. Japan is preparing to share its experience regarding cryptocurrency regulation with finance ministers and central bank governors from other G20 countries at the upcoming G20 in June. Japanese regulators have a solution for crypto regulation to offer at G20. Then he says Japanese regulators created a guidebook that each G20 country can use for regulations such as measures to prevent outflow of virtual currency. International rules are being developed to prevent money laundering and terrorist financing with virtual currency restrictions in place. A guidebook to have the know-how in a form that suits each country and to raise the level of regulation. The manual addresses key regulatory areas like necessary measures to protect customer assets, measures against cyber attacks, and ways of providing information to customers. All of this is good stuff. I think that over in Europe, they're in Asia, they're trying to adopt some kind of a standard, and so that can only be good for the adoption in general. Okay, from Sergeant Obi-Wan, this is huge right here, folks. Binance launches Decentralized Exchange ahead of schedule. And then it says Binance is always good, going above and beyond. It's all coming together, folks. I don't think a lot of people even realize the significance of a decentralized exchange. This is just for your information. If you wanted to go, you can go and you can create a wallet now on their DEX. It's go to binance.org/EN and you can create a wallet. But I think Mr. B summarized, just for those of you that don't know, this is a good summary of what is different about a decentralized exchange. Then I'm going to show you another example so it'll put things in perspective for you. FYI, decentralized exchange is an exchange market that does not rely on a third-party service to hold customers' funds. Instead, trades occur directly between users, peer-to-peer, through an automated process. Another advantage to the decentralized model is privacy. And I believe that this one right here is going to be probably bigger than all of the advantages. And I'm going to show you an existing decentralized exchange to show you how this actually works. It'll kind of bring this together in your mind better if you don't have an understanding of this. I am not endorsing the exchange I'm about to show you. I'm just showing you one example of how one works. This one is called Blocktrades.us. Okay, the way this works, you don't have to give them an email, at least the way it used to be. You don't have to give them an email address. You don't have to input any information about yourself. You just go to this website and you exchange crypto, whatever crypto you want to give them in return for another crypto. All you do is send your crypto to them and you give them the address to send the crypto that you want. In this case, they have a whole list of different cryptos that they're willing to do, like they have Bitcoin Cash, EOS. Well, this one's not authorized. Dogcoin, Monero, Litecoin, Steam, several others. And so what you would do is you would send them, you'd tell them how much that you're going to send. They would provide you an address to send it to, and then it would tell you here the amount you're going to receive. And then you would go down here. Let's say that right now it's on Steam. Let's say that you're going to receive Litecoin, and it would tell you how much Litecoin you're going to receive. You'd put your Litecoin address here, and then so someone could literally go into a website like this, and they could have a Ledger Nano S and put their Ledger Nano S address right here and do a complete swap without any information. That's what a decentralized exchange is, for those of you that don't know. Okay, I wanted to mention this. The Ledger people came out with this once Binance announced that their DEX exchange was live. Exciting news, the Ledger Nano S is compatible with the Binance Coin mainnet. You can access your BNB through the Binance DEX platform, allowing you to keep your private keys offline, yet use the platform to trade. So I'm assuming the same type premise. You probably can give them an address, and so that you're never online with that thing. And they've got a link here. This is from @Ledger. They've got a link here if you want to read more about how to do it. Now, this is very interesting what Peter Pumpkin Eater did. He's Yes, I'll Have Some. He says, will history repeat itself? Historics, very interesting thoughts. And what he did was he's got this little video here. You can go to his feed and watch it. But what I wanted to show you is what he's showing is 2015, 2016, 2017. What we're seeing right now is I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter, and they're showing the returns on digital assets for the last 3 months or so, and they're showing how XRP is behind them all. Well, this is not the first time that's happened, and I really want people to understand this. I've talked about this on my channel before. What you have to understand, and I'm going to tell you, this happened to me with XRP. I got into XRP, I think it was in late 2013, 2014 is when I bought. Well, there was a huge crash, and I believe that was in late 2013, early 2014, as I recall. There was a big crash, and it was the first crash I think that I had experienced. Major crash. It made it feel and look like everything was over. It made it feel and look like I had been wrong about digital assets and nothing was going to come of it. And so I literally put my XRP up. I put it on an exchange and left it there and thought that I had just been wrong about this whole thing. And this, on his chart that he's showing right here, what happened after I put my XRP up and forgot about it is this. Over the course of the next couple of years, really, late 2014, 15, 16, there were all of these days of just sideways movement where nothing major happened. 351 days, 142 days, 330 days. There were some good blips in those time periods. But this time period here is the main one where I just put mine up and forgot about it. It was in May of, I guess, 2017. See, a lot of people talk, and he talks about it in this video. A lot of people talk about the December 2017 run-up. You don't hear a lot of people talk about the May run-up. The May run-up was the one where I woke up one day and had to go look for my XRP to make sure I still had it. Turned to my wife after about 2 years, and I said, I wasn't wrong. I was right. And it had just pumped ridiculously. That right there, May of 2017, is when I started getting back into this and following it, and realized that Ripple had been working behind the scenes all of this time and doing their thing, and they never stopped, and they kept going at it while I was doing other things and just had put mine up and thought that it was nothing to it. And then it came back to life here, and then we went for another little bit period of this, and then it came back to life in December. And this was when I finally, December, of course, was when I was like, okay, now it's on. Because December and after this, and now, since 2018 all the way till now, I've watched something that I never saw during any of this time period here. From this time, all during this time that we've been either going down or flat, we've seen Wall Street, and we've seen over the counter, and we've seen all of what's been going on behind the scenes. Everybody's prepping to get in this. We never had any of those things. This isn't things that we think are going on behind the scenes. This is things that we know are going on behind the scenes. We know for a fact that Fidelity Digital Assets is working behind the scenes to get to ramp up. We know for a fact that ErisX, who is invested in by TD Ameritrade, who has said they're going to come out with their retail customers and get into this. We know that BACT is doing their thing. We know that exchanges have opened up from this run up right here in December 2017 until where we're at now. We know that around 150 or so exchanges have opened up. We know that hundreds of XRP trading pairs have been added that weren't there in December 2017, that weren't there in May of 2017. Now we have so many more reasons than I ever had back during this time to be positive. All I had back then was that Ripple, the company, had not shut down or anything. That's all I knew. But luckily I didn't sell it, and I just kept it. But then, to make this more interesting, you need to put this in more perspective. At the end of his video, look at this again. 351 days, 142 days, 330 days. That's what, roughly 700 or something, 700 and something days basically sideways. Well, at the end of his video, he goes and he shows you how many days we've been sideways, more or less, in this. And I think he came to like 509 days or something like that when he calculated it. But the point is very clear, folks. And this is not the first time that XRP has just sat there while a lot of these other digital assets have gone crazy and done things. In fact, I'm about to show you where Cardano announced one partnership, one thing that they're working, and it went up 9%, whereas XRP has literally announced hundreds over the last year and has just stayed flat or gone down. But when it happens, folks. When it happens, it happens. It's been that way since I got in this. Okay, next I want to show you this. This is from my James Bond friend at ECOSSEXRP1. Sent this, and you need to go check this out. There was an Ask Me Anything with the people from Holochain, and they address a lot of questions that you might have about Holochain. In number 7 on here, they addressed it's all questions, and they were asked the question about when the conversion from when will the swap and how will it work initially from the Holo tokens to Holo Fuel, and it goes through a lot of different things about Holochain that you may want to know. And then next, from Crypto Utility Guy at Utility Guy 7 sent me this about Cardano, and this is what I told you a minute ago. Cardano 88 pumps by 9% as plans of Ethiopian state-backed cryptocurrency rages market. This is interesting, folks. Charles Hoskins, the CEO of IOHK, the company behind the cryptocurrency, told the community via an AMA session on April 21st that a memorandum of understanding has been signed with the Ethiopian government. Based on the MOU, a digital payment system will be set up in partnership with the country's Ministry of Innovation and Technology. The cryptocurrency will be used firstly by the residents in the capital city of Addis Ababa prior to expanding to other cities in the country. ADA will primarily be implemented for utility payments and public transportation. Working in coalition with the government for a financial project of this magnitude will provide a significant test case for the cryptocurrency and will further adoption on a larger sovereign level. In reference to the same, Hoskinson said, "It's not just a made-up thing, an aspirational which we hope will acquire customers. It is a government-sponsored monopoly in that respect." That is big time, folks, big time. I've said for a long time, I believe that Cardano, ADA, will be one of the major winners in the coming bull run. And I still say that. I believe that ADA will, as far as smart contracts go, will surpass many of these other digital assets and will be a huge deal. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button. And tell your friends and family that this is a government-sponsored monopoly in that respect. Thanks for listening.